The cannabis community includes a diverse set of activists and nonprofits working to end the prohibition of marijuana. We take the time to hear the stories of reform on the Russ Belville Show's Cannabis Community Chat.
All right, welcome back, everybody. It's 48 after the hour, and we are getting on the line with Eric and Brandon Chambers from the Cheech Chong Animated Movie. We're going to try and dial them up right here. We had them there for a second, but it looks like they dropped off. Of course, you remember we debuted the Cheech Chong Animated Movie soundtrack here on 420 Radio a few months ago. Had some great tunes off of that, including Marijuana, which is one we played before. Hello, Russ Belville from 420 Radio, trying to reach Eric and Brandon.
Hold on one second. Okay?
Thank you very much. And we're having them on the show today because they are here to announce the premiere of the Cheech Chong Animated Movie on cable. We'll get the details from them just as soon as they get on the line here.
This is Eric.
Hey, Eric, Russ Belville here from 420 Radio. How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm doing great. We're just wanted to talk to you a little bit about this premiere of the Cheech Chong Animated Movie. What can you tell us?
So what's going on is we're premiering the film tonight for the first time ever on television, and it's going to be on IFC at 8:15, and we're very excited.
Right on IFC channel on cable at 8:15 Eastern. And how has the reaction to this film been? I mean, has it done real well as far as the theater showings that you've had?
Yeah, we did really well. We did a small limited release in the theaters with Fox on 420 just to, get the awareness out there. And then we went pretty much straight to DVD after that. And it's been being received really well. We're in Walmart. We're in all the, national stores. We've been on demand for a while now, and it's been doing really, really well. It's been picking up word of mouth. There wasn't a ton of billboards done with it. It really was, Cheech and Chong going around doing press, and so it's been building and building, and we've been very, very fortunate.
Yeah, and I'm kind of interested in that because finding out that Walmart is carrying it, and knowing their history of censoring albums and stuff. How did that get by them?
That was Fox. Fox has just been wonderful. They love Cheech and Chong. They've from the beginning when they heard about that we were doing this film, maybe like even 3 years ago, they approached Lou Adler, who has worked with them in the past, and they said they love Cheech and Chong, they love the brand, they love who they are, and we were just like very surprised. We thought there was no way that they were the one we were going to make the deal with. We wanted to go like an independent route and all this, and then, sure enough, we ended up making a deal with them, and it's been a blessing. They're getting us into places that we never thought we'd be in.
Yeah, we're speaking with Eric Chambers from the Cheech Chong Animated Movie. It's on tonight, debuting on TV on the IFC channel at 8:15 p.m. According to one of our chatters in the chat room, he says it's channel 564 on DirecTV. I don't know what it is on any other outlet. You'll just have to look it up yourself. Eric, I'm interested in the reaction to the Cheech Chong Animated Movie. I mean, I guess we could imagine that a lot of folks who grew up with Cheech Chong, that generation, would have returned to this. But did you find a new generation turning on to Cheech Chong through this animated movie?
Yeah, well, the reason my brother and I, who's the other director, Brandon Chambers, we grew up watching movies like, Monty Python's Meaning of Life and like Hollywood Shuffle, where they, took a bunch of different short stories and put them all together and kind of created this wild, wacky film, and knowing Cheech and Chong had these bits and that nobody really knew about them, they only knew of them from, Up in Smoke, and even, a lot of them don't even know the other movies. So really we wanted to take these old bits and, kind of reimagine them so it was really for the new generation so that they can enjoy them too. Because just, pretty much back in, no one really listens to audio anymore, especially comedy audio. So it kind of, died out for the new generation.
Yeah, that's something, as a kid, I can remember my dad having copies of the albums, you know, the big bamboo and the paper and all of that. And I remember him listening, you know, putting it on the turntable and hearing the sound effects of the guy peeing on the car trunk and all that kind of stuff. I mean,
Exactly.
that was a thing back in the day. We used to have comedy albums, and it was a major thing to listen to them with your friends. Was there any response, though, in the music soundtrack to this? Did people get excited about having new Cheech and Chong music?
Yeah, that's another thing that what happened was is as we were doing, you know, because Cheech and Chong are so big in music, and people tend to forget that all their films have tons of songs that they wrote and, you know, then sang and we wanted that to really, you know, cross over into this film. So what we did is we created 9 original tracks with Cheech and Chong, Lou Adler, and Dominic Kelly, who was our composer, and we sat down and wrote 9 original songs, and they're just hilarious. And they went with the film, so it was all created for the film, but that's been taken on a life of its own. We've been doing music videos, and we had a lot of celebrities, you know, lend their likeness to the music videos we've been doing, and they're out on YouTube right now.
You know, for a long time through the late 80s and throughout the 90s, it seemed as if there would never be Cheech and Chong together again. Both had their separate careers and did quite well for themselves. And, you know, I heard rumors of why they split up or how they got mad at each other. What was it like working with Cheech and Chong? Now, you know, Cheech is in his 60s, Chong's in his 70s. How did you get for a feel of their, you know, partnership?
Well, you know, when my brother and I, Brandon, when we first came up with the idea, we approached Paris Chong, who's Tommy Chong's son, and Cheech and Chong weren't talking at the time. They were, you know, still at each other's throats, and, you know, it was pretty much impossible to do we wanted to do a real feature film. So this is what we came up with instead, and so we kind of worked with them, and as we were working with them, they started kind of chatting and talking a little bit, but before I would have to drive all the way down to Cheech's house, get notes, and then go all the way to Lou's house. To Lou's house to get notes, and then we'd have to go to Chong's house. But the good thing was, eventually, as we were going along in this process, they started to work together, and then we were able to get them in the room together. And when we got them in the room together, first time it was Lou, Cheech, Chong, Dominic Kelly, and my brother, and Paris Chong, and we were recording the song Marijuana. And they hadn't been all in the same room for 30 years. And Tommy pulled out a pipe and you could cut the tension in the air, and everybody smoked, and we moved on and created magic.
Wow. The power of weed and cartoons to get people together, huh? That's a beautiful thing. Hey, folks, this is the Cheech and Chong animated movie. It's on IFC tonight, IFC channel. Check your cable listings or your satellite listings for IFC. You can check this out. It's a lot of fun, new stuff from Cheech and Chong animated movie. And we got Eric Chambers here speaking with us about the show. And as this has been released and you've seen all this effort, what is the next step? Is there going to be a sequel to the animated movie? More new stuff?
Yeah, what we've been the whole time we were planning on doing at least 2 films because there's so many good bits. We've been planning on doing it. We've been in talks with Fox, and they're excited about it. So it just depends on we're trying to figure out when to do it, and when's the release date and when to start production. So, yeah, we definitely have another one I think we have 2. I want to go for 2, but we definitely have 3. I mean, we definitely have 2, but, you know, possibly 3, you know, because there's so many bits that we didn't even put in here that everybody, we get emails and stuff, and fans write up on, you know, the Cheech and Chong Facebook and say, you know, what about this bit? Why didn't you do that bit? Why didn't you do, you know, the real original, real people that really love Cheech and Chong, that know the bits. They ask, why didn't we do, you know, a lot of the, you know, bits that are like, you know, what they think are the funniest.
Right. So we could possibly have the Cheech and Chong animated trilogy?
I think so.
All right, man. We're looking forward to that. This is very, very cool. Eric Chambers, thanks for speaking to us here on the Russ Belville Show. And thanks again for being involved with us on 420 Radio earlier when we debuted some of those tracks off of the animated movie soundtrack. All of our audience really, really liked them.
And tell everybody to go check out. We just did the marijuana music video for the song Marijuana by Cheech Chong, and it's up on YouTube for free right now. They can go watch it.
All right. Well, you heard it from Eric himself. Go check that out. Eric Chambers, thanks so much for joining us, and we look forward to the premiere of the movie tonight.
Thanks, buddy.
All right. That's all the time we got here for Hour 1, but stay tuned, folks, for Hour 2, Toker Talk Radio. We're going to talk about some of the stories we talked about earlier, and this bombshell. I got to get this written up after the show. God, I hope I don't get scooped. That is, New Approach Oregon will not go forward with a legalization that takes away home grow or DUID. It's nice to hear that from a New Approach, isn't it? All right. Also, don't forget we've got the Herb Thrasher Flower Hour coming up. And coming up at 5 o'clock, Big Daddy Fink's Funky Roller Rink. And this weekend, we're replaying both the Halloween specials, the one you heard last night and the one from last year. So it's Halloween weekend, all weekend long here. I'm Radical Russ. Thanks for joining us. Until next time, take care of each other, tokers.
This is the Russ Belville Show. The Russ Belville Show is blogging and podcasting daily at radicalruss.com.
You take a seed, you plant it, you grow it, you dry it, you roll it, you smoke it. You take a seed, you plant it,